Okay guys, here's a single family house in Hobe Sound, Florida for $144,000. This is newly renovated, has a nice blue paint color on it. It is just north of Jupiter, Florida. Jupiter, Florida is Palm Beach County, which is one of the richest areas in Florida. This is about a 10-minute drive north, right off Highway A1A. Hobe Sound has nice areas. This neighborhood itself is not that nice. They're trying to go through like a renovation process. But you do have something to be said of value on this property. Single family, no HOA. Property taxes homesteaded are about $700 a year. You have good privacy to the side. This is all like almost like a preserve area. And you know, there's a lot to be said for this. Okay, the exterior and the interior have been fully renovated. I don't have access inside. These videos are just to give you one perspective, okay, on cheaper houses in Florida and the areas. I would recommend Hobe Sound. This particular community, again, not that nice, but I think over time it will improve. And I think to be 10 minutes north of Jupiter, Florida, where Tiger Woods, Celine Dion, Sylvester Stallone just bought a property in Palm Beach County. You know, this is something of value. Low expenses, okay? Because again, property taxes under $1,000 a year. No HOA. So now with interest rates low, you know, your monthly expenses would be under $1,000. You are about 10 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean. And some of the most beautiful Atlantic Ocean, right by Palm Beach County, Jupiter, Florida. So let's take a look at the community. Again, your property is nice and private. It's on the end of a street here, right across from a church. Excuse the sun there. We're going to the sun. I want to show you some of the community. The surrounding community, again, is not that nice, but it is getting redeveloped. Okay, so it's like just south, too, of Jonathan Dickinson State Park. So you'll see here, like, well, we're going into the sun. I'll turn a different direction here. Bear with me, guys. But these are all really pretty much single-family homes in this area, okay? And so you don't have any, like, high-rise condos or anything. And, like, you know, here's a property here. Let me go this way. This is an abandoned church on that side. But this is a better perspective. So you see here, there's a lot of junk in people's yards, but all like single level, you know, I would say a lower middle class type community. When you see a lot of cars on the front lawn, when you see a little bit of, you know, junk, and you see like people outside, you know, just putzing around. Tough to see here because of the sun. But let me show you. See, like this house is boarded up, and that'll be bought out and redeveloped. I know that sun is messing us up a little bit, but I'm going to persevere and we'll get better perspective. But, you know, some of these homes have been bought out and redeveloped. Many of them are still older. Like that house we were looking at, we'll go back. It was older and then just like renovated. And so you have a cemetery across the street here. So that's never going to be houses. And, you know, this is like an older single family house. Older house there. Windows a little bit beat up. You know, some of these windows are boarded up. Okay, so you know, this is a newer house here, this pink one. It's got nice landscaping, so that's nice. But would I buy that for $144,000? Me personally, no. Because I'm just not buying to raise a family and to hold long term. But, you know, I would say that property has some value, okay? And it has something to offer someone. You know, if you can get that for $125,000, put anywhere between 3% down to 20% down, Again, your house expenses are under $1,000 a month. No HOA. There's a newer house. So the house right next to it is junky a little bit. Okay, and that would be your neighbors. So your neighbors matter. But across the street is a church. I don't know if that church is still active or what, especially with the coronavirus. So you would never have anyone across from you. You have someone next to you on one side, and the other side, straight ahead, is like, I don't know, preserve or undeveloped land that I don't see them knocking down soon. This road's not going to be extended anytime soon. So you're never going to have one neighbor on one side and one neighbor across from you. But you are going to have that one right next to you. So you have to think about that. But what I could tell you is, if you're looking for a cute single-family house for under $150,000 in the Hobe Sound area, which is Martin County, just above Palm Beach County, and I'll tell you right now, you could park an RV right there, and I like that option. That's where you'd pretty much pull up. That has value. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. There's something about that. I do think that has some value. I don't think your neighbors would bother you. Again, I don't know. Let's take one more look around. I really do like that, though. I like the look of it. I like the privacy of it. I like the potential long-term for it. I like the geographical location. Okay, you're about 10 minutes west of I-95, the major highway in the east coast of Florida. See, this is a little bit junky, though. You got, again, you got redevelopment. So you're going to take the good with the bad in this, area. But, I don't feel like it's I don't see major red flags. Would I feel safe to walk around at night? Probably. I wouldn't feel that inspired, though. I would say, yeah, I wouldn't. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be that inspired to walk around at night here, because it just is what it is. They got a brand new community center there, like right here. So look, they're definitely redeveloping. So it's a brand new community center. What's that called? Banner Lake Community Center. Brand new community center. So they just built that. So look, in 10 years, I see this community on the upswing. Okay. And that's part of life. There's nothing wrong, okay, with a community being on the upswing and getting redeveloped. Okay. And that's an affordable house that I would say the middle class are not squeezed out, or the lower working class. Okay. Because if you're working, okay, and you're making $20 an hour or so, which if you started working making $10, $15 an hour, after a few years you should be close to $20 an hour. I know a guy right now working at Planet Fitness making $18 an hour. You could afford a single family house for under $150,000, property taxes under $1,000 a year, no HOA, okay, low interest rates. So you're not squeezed out of house buying. But your community may not be the top of the line, but this is a great deal because you're 10 minutes away from a top of the line community. You're 10 minutes away from Jupiter, Florida. So you're 10 minutes away from I-95. Look, you're 5 minutes away from a Publix. So you got a lot of value, okay, out of a house for under 150. You don't have, I don't know, I like to show you guys options, okay, and I like my options. And what I can tell you is that's an option for some people that I would recommend. I'm a little bit picky, but I obviously I took my time to make the video. So anytime I take my time to make the video, either I think there's some value there or there's some interest there just to see. Okay, so for me, I see value there. I see interest. I see, some downside. I see a lot of upside. Right across the street is a luxury gated community. This is Bridge Road, and if you make a right, you're right at Route 1, and then you go over that bridge, you're right on Jupiter Island. I mean, guys, well, we'll go right over the bridge, and I'll end the video over at Jupiter Island. And then if you go straight over the bridge where Jupiter Island, if you make a right on Route 1, then 10 minutes up the road, you are at Jupiter. So it's a win. You got grocery stores close, you got gas station, you got a gym right in this location. So in my opinion, here's another value pick, guys. Look it up. Hobe Sound, $144,000. Single family, 100% renovated house. You can look at the pictures online. You'll take it. Now, again, is the plumbing and electrical all done up to date? You'll have to look. But I know exterior and interior cosmetically 100% up to date. So, you know, that's the biggest negative, is the community has not been fully redeveloped. And so that takes time, and there's no guarantee it'll go to full redevelopment. So would you feel safe there? I don't know. You have to go at night. You have to look at the crime rates. You know, you may have to be concerned about a little petty crime. But, you know, in most instances, you know, I don't think you'd have an issue. So we're going east towards the Atlantic Ocean. So if you want to go Atlantic Ocean, you just make a right out of your community, and you go straight, and a couple minutes up this road, you're going to see one of the nicest beaches. You're going to be on Jupiter Island. And then you go, you know, like I say, you go a little bit south, you know, you're in Juno Beach. And that's got value, man. And so even in an overinflated economy, you can still find single family homes affordable. Now, again, when they're affordable, they're going to have some negatives. Because if it was in a great community, that house is going to be about $350,000, you know, or you know. So, you know, that's what you got to remember. You know, everything is relative, okay, to, you know, the up and the downside. So we're just going east here. We're going to go through this little underlay of tree-covered area. These are banyan trees we approach. Banyan trees have like deep, big roots. Maybe tough to see from this video, but they're very known in Florida, specifically South Florida. I remember walking this when I first came here. So what type of trees are these? These are banyan trees. You see, they have very deep and big roots, very spectacular roots. And so as soon as we get past this tree line, we're going to be at a beach park. So 10-minute drive to the beach, 2-minute drive to groceries. And I think Jupiter Island is where, I don't know, Celine Dion or Tiger Woods, this island's prestigious. Big money island. Okay. So, you know, this is not like a rinky-dink Seaside Heights over here. There's an inlet underneath us we're passing. And now, what about job opportunities? Well, Hobe Sound doesn't have too many job opportunities, but in Palm Beach Gardens, which is just like 15 minutes south, there's a lot of jobs. In Boca Raton, which is probably about a 45-minute drive south, there's a lot of jobs. Miami's about an hour and a half, ton of jobs. So, you know, look, you know, Florida is not, you know, Florida's got opportunity, but it's relative. Like, they may not have the highest paying jobs, but they don't have the highest cost of housing. So it's all relative, right? So straight ahead is going to be, see, now you got the nice landscaping, you got a richer feel, safer vibe. This right here is, well, this actually isn't, this is called, a lot of bikers here. This is called the Hobe Sound Beach Park. So this is, we're just on the borderline of Jupiter here. So, of course, I went down the wrong road. Oh, no, damn. So, yeah, you come, this is a free beach park, free parking. You come here, and, you know, you got access to the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. And you got a nice pavilion, and you can ride this whole stretch. You know, people are sitting under the pavilion. It's early in the morning on a holiday weekend as I make this. And there's free bathrooms, men and women showers. So, what are my thoughts? My thoughts are, you got some value here, guys. Okay, and you got some opportunity. And you know, if you went down, you made a left, you'd be all by mansions here in Jupiter Island, because we're on Jupiter Island, even though this park is Hobe Sound. So I don't know. I like to just share videos with you guys and give you some perspective. I hope they help you. If they do help, click the thumbs up, click the blue join button if you like to support the channel. I thank all my members. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.